Are you ready?
We are back. Welcome back to the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Bandy. With me, as always, is Trey. We got 18 years of combined fantasy football experience right here. What's going on over there, Trey?
What's popping, man? What's popping?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. Getting ready for some starts and sits, brother.
I'll tell you what's popping. We hit 1,000 subscribers, baby.
Hey, we are officially in the club, man. Thank you, everybody, for helping us out with that. Really much appreciated. Couldn't have done it without any of you guys. I mean, this is the ceiling. We're trying to get, this is the floor. We're trying to get to the ceiling. You know what I mean?
That's right, baby.
Thank you, guys. Hey, but what about CMC, man? Going to San Fran. What do you think, bro?
It's insane, bro. It's so insane. And you know what? It scares me just because Jimmy G loves something like that. A little check down target and a check down target that is as good as CMC. Like, dude, that's scary.
You ain't lying. You are not lying, bro. It's going to be interesting. I think he's starting too. So,
just give him the ball. You know what I mean?
I'm just worried about that. Like, Shanahan, West Coast offense, kind of crazy over there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it is. But I think the dude will show up and show out. I think we'll get more into it when we get to that game. But,
absolutely. What's up, Albert?
What up?
Thanks for popping in, bro. Always popping in, man. We appreciate you. Much love for sure. But let's go ahead and get into some starts and sits. Let's get it popping. All right. We got the first game we got is the Browns versus the Ravens.
Yes, sir. Over under for this game is 45.5. They got the Ravens winning by 6.
Yeah? What do you think?
Personally, I think the Ravens take this dub. I think that they have been needing a dub, and I know the Browns, have kind of gained a little ground and everything. They've been doing all right, but I mean, the Ravens need this win.
Yeah,
and I think they get it.
Yeah, I think so too. Brissett over there. I agree with you. I think the Ravens take the W on that. But let's roll to some starts and sits. Guys, if you have a question or a start and sit question, feel free, put it in the chat. We'll answer it. We'll help you out best we can. But let's start with the Browns. Of course, I think you're going to keep firing up Amari Cooper, 100%. Chubb always. If you need a tight end, if Njoku is still there, which he's probably not, I love Njoku as a start in this matchup. Donovan Peoples-Jones as a start, I think. I think he might do all right. I mean, I think he could do something to help you out. Nothing too crazy, but really, on the Browns side, that's all I got. I'm definitely not starting up Jacoby Brissett or anything crazy like that. But what do you think, Craig?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like Njoku. I think, he's just been so consistent every week and since the beginning, you know what I mean? And I like those starts a lot. I also think Kareem Hunt, I think you can start him up. I know he had a rough week last week, but throw that dude out there.
Most definitely. Sir Bongs a lot.
In the house.
And in the clouds, apparently. What's up, buddy? Thanks for swinging by, brother. Really appreciate you, man. We were talking about you earlier, man. We were like trying to picture what we thought you looked like, man. You always pop in and say what's up. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a lot. Oh, man. Here's it. Patriots Sports Radio. What up? What up? Those are my boys over there, Eric and Chris. Love those guys. Great guys. Heck yeah. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Hey, if you got a question, throw it at us. We got you.
No doubt.
But let's move on to the Ravens. Looks like Bateman's going to play, right? I'm going to start him and Duvernay. I think Duvernay showed enough that the Ravens are going to work him in however they can. Between him and Bateman, I think it's going to be really good. Obviously, guys, it goes without saying, start your studs. Always start your studs. But I'm sitting Kenyon Drake in this matchup. I know a lot of people are liking him a lot, but I'm gonna sit Kenyon Drake. I mean, I know J.K. Dobbins is probably going to be gone for a while, but I just don't trust Kenyon Drake. I know on the wire you picked him up. If you need him, you got him. But yeah. Here's a question from Michael Johnson. Should I start J.K. Dobbins again, like you said last week? I mean, it's not,
I would say no.
I would also say no. I mean, we can't predict like leg tightness, like if a healthy J.K. Dobbins, I think would have done really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry about your luck though, Michael. Hey, it happens. Patriot Sports Radio, y'all picking up Foreman, Deonta Foreman on the Panthers.
Man,
go ahead.
I like the idea. I mean, and if you've got the room, do it. You know what I mean? But I'm just so worried that it's going to be a 50-50 split with a rough backfield on a team that sucks. So, I mean, if it's like if you need a running back really bad and you've got the room to drop, sure. But I mean, it's a death throw. You know what I mean, for my team.
I'm thinking Chuba Hubbard's going to be the guy, don't you think? I mean, they've been able to trust him with the ball before, and he wasn't amazing, but he produced. He had decent games for us.
I mean, they're saying it's going to be a battle, and they're going to fight to see. But right now, Foreman's listed higher on the depth chart, which don't mean a lot come game day. You know what I mean? When it comes down to snap share. But like I say, I think it's going to be a 50-50 split on a team that sucks. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be very good.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. But that's really all I have for the Ravens. Do you got anything else you want to throw out there?
I'm starting up Kenyon Drake. I'm throwing him in. I'm running with him. Hopefully he does great. I will say Mark Andrews, I know that he's been a little limited at practice and everything, but it sounds like he's going to play. So, put your boy out there.
And Patriot Sports Radio, Chuba was good in college, Oklahoma State. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let's roll to the next game. What do you say there, buddy?
Let's do it.
The next game we got the Bucs versus the Panthers.
Speaking of, the over-under for this game is 41 points. They got the Bucs winning by 10. I like the Bucs winning by 30. I think this is just going to be – I'd be surprised if the Panthers put up anything more than a field goal, to be honest, and that's my honest opinion.
Bro, like what was the deal here? They're just like, just screw it. We're just
They
gonna
won a
call
first round,
this.
baby.
They said this season, and we're taking a mulligan, dude.
Yeah.
Done for. Just take everything, anything good. Take frickin' CMC. DJ Moore, they said, is going to be a milestone for that team, so they want to hold on to him. But it is looking rough over there, boys.
Yeah, it's rough, man, and I don't see it getting any better this year. You know what I mean? PJ Walker, like, I mean, just jump into my starts. No one for the Panthers, like I say. But I will say that if you are, because of the buys and everything like that, if you're struggling at running back and you need somebody, you can throw Deonta Foreman or Chuba Hubbard. Take your pick, kind of flip a coin on it. Personally, I think Foreman. He thinks Hubbard. It's a split there. But if you need to start, those are the only Panthers I'm starting this week.
How about the Bucks? Apparently, Tom Brady's house is in his order, and he doesn't trust that guy. That hurts. He's doing that. He's doing that to hurt me. You know that, right?
Yeah. I know. Well, let's move on to the Bucks, and I'll tell you, I'm starting Brady up this week because he's coming back with a vengeance. Brady don't lose to two shitty teams back to back. He just don't do it. And he's coming out. I'm starting up Fournette. I'm starting up Godwin, Evans, Kate Auden. I'm starting them up, baby, because I seen that Julio Jones is going to be out, which is just going to make it better for Godwin and Evans. Not that he was relevant anyway.
Sir Bongsalat says Brady or Dak then, Trey?
That's tough. That's a tough one. My personal opinion, I think Brady. I think Dak has the potential to put up more points, but I think Brady's going to guarantee you more points.
And Sir Bongsalat agrees. I'm going the GOAT.
There you go. I got one for you. Go ahead.
Real quick, Super CMB Challenger says, yo, I just got offered Swift, Deonta Smith, and Waddle for Diggs and Najee. What do I do PPR?
In my opinion, you don't get rid of Diggs for nothing this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Diggs and Cup, I'm not trading them for nothing but an entire fantasy team.
Yeah, it's
too
tough.
Good, man.
It's tough. Yeah. I have to agree with it. It'd be nice to have Swift and Diggs, obviously, but I wouldn't let go of Diggs either, buddy. Yeah, not for just Go ahead.
I'd do Najee straight across for Swift if they'll take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
right. Yeah, I doubt it though.
Right.
Thank you for the question, man. Appreciate that. Much love. Go ahead, Trey.
I got to start and sit for you this week.
Uh-oh.
Who would you rather start, DJ Moore or Darnell Mooney?
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I hate the Bears, but I'm like, Darnell Mooney.
Only because it looks like Justin Fields has been looking at him more, right?
Right.
Looking at him more. No. Looking at him his way. Go ahead. What?
DJ Moore or Nico Collins? Number 2 on the Texans. Yeah.
Nico Collins. He's sliding in, getting over Brandon Cooks, man. I like Nico Collins a lot.
All right, final one. DJ Moore or Donovan Peoples-Jones?
I think DJ Moore is going to have a good game soon, but got to go with Donovan Peoples-Jones.
There it is.
It sucks because DJ Moore is legit, dude. Yeah. He is a good player, man. He doesn't have good people throwing him the ball. And Super CMB Challenger says, all right, I appreciate y'all. Hey, man, anytime, brother. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe for us too, brother. Appreciate you.
No doubt.
Anybody else
that's
listening?
All I got on DJ Moore talk.
Oh, good. All right. So we're done with the Bucks, with the Panthers, firing up Godwin. What about Cade Otton, the tight end? I've been getting a lot of crap for saying to look out for this guy. Just saying.
Hey, I think you could throw him in there, dude. Tight end's a hard place to dig. You know what I'm saying? And I think Brady targets this. I mean, if he does any, feels like any kind of Gronk energy in him, he's gonna get a touchdown.
Yeah, I like it. But let's roll to the next game. Let's get with the Falcons versus the Bengals.
Over under for this game is 45 points, and they got Cincinnati winning by 6.5. I'll take Cincinnati to win. I don't know if it's going to be by 6.5, but I'll take Cincinnati to win for sure.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll take the Bengals to win, but it wasn't really a for sure for me.
Right, right.
Like the Falcons have been okay lately, and it seems like they're starting to, I don't know, find a little bit of who they are, you know. Um, but it wasn't a. The Bengals just haven't been as consistent as I'd like them to be. But that being said, I got the Bengals taking the W as well.
Yeah.
Let's roll with some Falcons starts here. I actually feel like starting Tyler Algier in this matchup. Number one on the depth chart. I think he can, do some stuff, get it moving against that Bengals D. Um, I think he had a bad matchup, a bad game, bad couple of games, and people have just given up on him. I just say watch out for Tyler Algier. I like him as a start. Marcus run you over. Marcus Mariota, I'm starting him up. I mean, if I have to, obviously, I think he's a great waiver stash pickup if need be. Lots of buys out there, fellas.
No doubt.
Kyle Pitts. Do we feel like he's coming back, Trey?
I think it's going to be just as volatile. I think he'll have ups and down weeks. I mean, you can't decide what week to start him, but if you have him, you're probably starting him.
Right, exactly. If you got him, throw him in there. I mean, hopefully he does good. I mean, what's the word? I mean, if you look at all the tight ends, I mean, it's really not that bad if he doesn't even have a great game,
But like if you got a Hayden Hurst on your, I'm starting Hayden Hurst over Kyle Pitts in this matchup.
Okay. Well then, what about Drake London? We starting Drake London?
Again, man, it's so volatile. But I mean, I feel like you have to because that he seems to be getting the most targets. They just don't throw the ball enough, man. The Falcons just they're so the most game time, like they're getting worse than the Bears, but they're winning, and so it's okay. It's like, oh well, the Bears suck because they're not throwing the ball, and it's like, oh, the Falcons are good because they're not throwing the ball.
Yeah, it's wild out there. But let's move on to the Bengals, buddy. T. Higgins is off the injury report. I like that. T. Higgins, fire him up, baby. I got him in a couple leagues. I love me some T. Higgins. I know you said you starting Hayden Hurst. I'm sitting Hayden Hurst, man. Honestly, I just don't trust him. I think I'm done with him. I've already dropped him. He was a good streaming option a couple weeks back, and I like that. I don't feel like there's much consistency there, especially with T. Higgins back.
I don't think he's great. I'm just saying I'm starting him over Kyle Pitts.
Fair enough. Let's see. I think Tyler Boyd goes over 50 yards on the day. I'm not saying, start him up. I'm saying it's a possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying. Tyler Boyd goes over 50 yards. Take that however you want. I think Burrow has a great game. Don't you?
Yeah, they've been letting him throw a little bit more and get a little more out there and like they did last year where he slowly just progressively gets better over the year. So I'm excited. I think that he's going to tear him up.
Yes, sir. And he's got his hopefully full stash of weapons back, and Mixon's running the ball good, catching balls in the field, and I like it. I think Burrow has a good game.
Fire Mixon up, baby.
Mm-hmm. You got anything else for the Bengals?
That's it on them.
All right, then let's go to the next game. We got the Lions versus the Cowboys.
Yeah, Lions versus the Cowboys. Over under for this game is 47.5. They got the Cowboys winning by 7. I'll take that. I'll take the Cowboys win this game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, man. And the Cowboys haven't really had a high-scoring game yet this year. But I think this game is going to be pretty exciting. The Lions give up the most points this year. They've given up the most points in 6 weeks, and they've only played 5 games. They're still in the lead.
Wow. Insane.
So even with a bye, they're still getting up the most points. I think that's very exciting, especially for Dak being back and fresh. Michael Gallup is back with Dak. Schultz is back this game. I mean, it's just going to be all offense go for the Cowboys.
And the Lions, do you think we got some good starters there or what?
Yeah, so let me just jump into it. For my Cowboys starts,
Mm.
you're starting CD. I think you're starting Elliott. I think he's gonna do all right. He's been on the rise, and Dak back. The statistics are that 75% Elliott does 75% better when Dak's on the field. So I mean, take that with how you will. I'm
Hmm.
starting up Dak. Obviously, he's back and he's cleared. He's ready to go. I'm starting him up. You know what I mean? It's scary, but I'm doing it. Michael Gallup. That is my start of the week. This dude is going to be a monster. Him and Dak have had major chemistry. They finally got back together. They haven't been together all year. I think Michael Gallup's. I say he gets 8 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown at least. I think
Hmm.
dude's going to go off. Dalton Schultz, I'm not saying he's going to be great, but he's going to be better than he was before he got injured with Dak, because him and Dak got that thing going, you know.
Hmm.
So in a lot of scenarios, I mean, tight ends are tough. You can crank him out there.
Yeah.
But that's it on my Cowboy starts. You got anything on them?
No, yeah, I think you hit it good. Tony Pollard. What are we thinking about Tony Pollard actually?
Yeah, I think his work goes down a little bit with Dak out there. Honestly, I'm not saying that. I think that he'll get 7, 8 points. Which right now some people need that. So I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then that's what I think you're going to get out of him.
Yeah, that's the problem with Pollard is when he has a good game, he has a great game. But when he doesn't, it's just like bad, nothing. But he always has a chance to do great with the ball in his hand. That's one thing I like about Pollard.
No doubt, no doubt. Moving on to my line starts. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Crank that dude up, fire him up. He is back. He is ready. This dude's going to go crazy. They've already said they're going to give him as many targets as he can handle. Okay. Because Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark are banged up. They're not sure. They're both questionable. Sounds like Josh Reynolds is going to play. Um, and he's just going to try to play through his injury. He was injured last week and he played through it. I think you can start him up. I think, temper your expectations. He's not going to go crazy, but definitely if
Hmm.
DJ Chark doesn't play and Josh Reynolds does, somebody's going to have to take the other targets. If they're firing all the targets they can to Amon-Ra, every now and then Josh Reynolds is going to get one.
Speaking of Amon Ra, I think it's been a while. We really haven't got an Amon Ra chant in a minute, Trey. Can we
Yeah,
get
he's been
one?
hurt.
Can we get one?
Amon-Ra, Amon-Ra, Amon-Ra.
Yay! There it is.
You starting golf this week? How you feel about that?
Man, I was just talking to somebody about that. It makes me nervous with Michael Parsons there and all that, and that defense playing so well. But I think Goff surprises us and does fairly well with Amon Ra back. I think he does all right. I think you could start him up. Absolutely.
Swift is on pace to play, but he's still questionable. He was limited in practice, so kind of keep an eye on that. If he plays, I'm starting him up. Dude's a monster. If they play him, he's healthy. If not, you can put Williams out there because dude is good. I think we kind of forgot a little bit about the Lions. They had a bye and everything like that. Everybody's been hurt, but I think this is the week they turn it up. I think this is going to be a great game. I would even say that it goes over the 47.5 point spread.
Nice, nice. I like that a lot. Absolutely. All right. Well, now it's time for our Manscaped game of the week. Here's a quick word from Manscaped before we get into it. Support for Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Who is the best in men's below the waist grooming? Their products are precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and worldwide shipping with the code SUPERFLEX20 at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 12 million balls. That's right, Manscaped. Check them out over there, guys. Great products over at Manscaped. Awesome stuff. But the game of the week is the Giants versus the Jaguars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very exciting game. Over under for this game is 43 points, and they have the Jaguars winning by 2. That blows me away because the Giants are 5-1, baby, and people still don't believe in them. Well, guess what? I do, baby. We're going Giants all day.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, I got the Giants taking it to be on that. It's the Jaguars, right? They're playing a lot better, but I agree with you. I agree with you. Before we get into some starts with those, we got a question really quickly from Brock. Fellas, would you trade away Waddle, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers for AJ Brown and Christian Kirk full PPR?
Yeah, as much as I don't like AJ Brown, I think I would take that trade. Because DJ Moore and Jacoby Myers mostly are just bench riders anyway. I mean, Jacoby's had some good games here and there, but DJ Moore's not getting any better. The fluctuality from Jacoby Myers is hard to monitor. Waddle's really the great thing, and Christian Kirk, I think he's gonna do better. I think he's gonna get more targets. And AJ Brown's a monster right now, so play the hot hand. I would take that trade.
I would take it as well. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Yeah, DJ Moore's been riding the bench. Jacoby Myers, he does good here and there. Waddle has not been having a couple good games, and I think that's why he's able to get this trade really going. But
Mhm.
you could play on their they're hoping that Tua is going to come back and start feeding Waddle again, and he might. I'm not saying he might not, but you could play on that to get you some AJ Brown and some Christian Kirk. I like it. I'd
Yeah.
take it. But let's go into some Giants starts. Daniel Bellinger, the tight end. I like this guy a lot. Daniel Jones seems to like him a lot. Start him up. I think he's a great tight end to add. I mean, you might even be able to find him on the wire. There were a lot of ads as of late, but Daniel Bellinger, start him up. Wandell Robinson, start him up. I mean, he's been getting it going. He was injured. He's back. Start up Wandell Robinson. And really, for the Giants, I mean, it's all I got. And it's crazy to think about them winning all these games. But I really don't have a lot of people I feel comfortable starting on that team. What do you think?
What about Saquon, baby?
Well, of course. That just goes without saying, right? I mean,
And Daniel Jones.
yeah, yeah.
I think
I,
in two quarterback leagues. I'm not saying in a single quarterback league, but two quarterback leagues. I think Daniel Jones is worth the start.
yeah. We got another question real quick from Sebastian. Jacoby Myers and Kenneth Walker the third for Amon Ra. Full PPR.
Man, this is tough because I think Kenneth Walker could be a league winner the way he's been playing, but Amon Ra is a monster. I've almost got him up there with Cooper Kupp and Stephon Diggs if he continues to do what he's been doing. So what I would say to this is it really depends on your team. Like if you're struggling at running back, then you keep Kenneth Walker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're set at running back and you're looking pretty good, I make this trade all day. Amon Ra is gonna. I mean, if you are not struggling at running back, go get Amon Ra.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But like you said, I also think Kenneth Walker could be a league winner this year. But it's a fair trade, I think.
Yeah,
I like
I
the
agree.
trade. Sebastian's got another one. Myers or Bateman, Trey? Jacoby, I assume, right?
Well, Lamar come out and said Rashad Bateman is his number one. So as much as I like Jacoby Myers, that team struggles on offense anyway. The Patriots are a defensive team to me, and I know Lamar likes to run it, but he also likes to throw it. Been throwing it more this year. Bateman's my dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Bateman, go for it. And Brock says, thanks, fellas. I subscribed. Thank you for that, brother. One more. You trading Mixon, Mooney, DJ Moore for Chubb. My wide receiver stacked with Godwin, Hop, Waddle if I don't trade for AJ Brown. Trading Mixon and Mooney and DJ Moore for Chubb. He's
I
got,
mean,
yeah.
in my eyes, this is basically a Mixon for Chubb trade. You know what I'm saying? Because we've said several times like Mooney and DJ Moore are almost droppable in most leagues. I mean, Mooney's
Mhm.
been on the rise a little bit, but it's still not just anything worth starting often. So really Mixon for Chubb. Now, I mean, Chubb's a monster right now, and I get that. This is a tough trade for me though, like because I like Mixon a lot, and I think that Chubb goes down a little bit as the year progresses.
Mm.
But it's hard to say that with how good he's been playing. So I mean, I think, in my opinion, I'm keeping what I got. I'm keeping Mixon, but
Hmm.
it's
Mi-
tough.
Mixing it up a little bit. I'd take that trade. I think I would take that trade, but you know me, I like Chubb. I mean, Chubb is your RB1, Godwin, D Hop, Waddle, and your wide receivers, your flex. I'd take it. I just feel like, Mixon has been trending up a little bit, but um, I feel like Chubb is getting more work and being more consistent. I've been seeing him running, and he is slicing through those tackles. So take with that as you will. I do the trade. Trey wouldn't, but there's good argument on both sides of it. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Brock. Appreciate that. Let's see. Sebastian's got another one. I have Aaron Jones, ETN, Hunt, and James Robinson. Was that outside of
Kenneth Walker the third.
Right, right.
Yeah. So at that point, I'm taking that Amon-Ra. I want Amon-Ra if that's my running back room. I think I can. I'm willing to get rid of Kenneth Walker and Jacoby Myers for Amon-Ra with that list.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we think.
No doubt.
Brock says, I know, I'm just nervous how Deshaun plays into that.
Yeah, when Deshaun comes back. But, hey, you're trying to win him right now, baby. I mean, I know that it's good to look in the future and everything, but win him right now is the start to get to that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But, hey, anytime, brother, anytime. Do us a favor while you're here, guys. Like the video. That helps us out a lot. We help you. You help us. That's the game we're playing. Appreciate you. But so we did the Giants on the game of the week. Let's go to the Jaguars. I think I'm always starting Kirk. We were just talking about Kirk. Right now, he's the number one on that team. They got chemistry. I think I'm always going to start Christian Kirk. Zay Jones, I like him as the number 2. I would start him up against the Giants. I mean, that defense has been playing pretty well, but I like starting Zay Jones up here. And Travis Etienne he's been trending way up. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about Etienne, and I'm starting Etienne, obviously. And I think I'd start James Robinson, because if you're an Etienne owner, then you're probably not a James Robinson owner. So talking
except
to
for
both
Sebastian.
I guess so, yeah. You're right, except for Sebastian. Well, generally, right? Generally, it doesn't work out like that. I mean, but I would start either one on different teams, is all I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, I get that.
But you're right. Sebastian throwing something in my stuff there.
And I did hear that Jamal Agnew sounds like he's out for this game. Now people would be like, well, I wasn't going to start Jamal Agnew anyway. Well, no, but those 3 to 4 targets he would have got could go to Zay Jones and Christian Kirk, which pumps their numbers up. So
precisely. But yeah, that's what I got for the Giants and the Jaguars in our game of the week. Let's go on to the next game, Trey. We've got the Packers versus the Commanders.
Over under for this game is 42.5 points. They got the Packers winning by 5.5. Packers are going to win this game. Aaron Rodgers just got brutally destroyed by the Jets last week. He ain't taking that shit back to back. Packers win this game.
They got to, right? I mean, they got to.
Literally. If they don't, then they're going to be the joke of the NFL.
Dude, no doubt about it, bro. Like, they are going to be talking mad smack if he doesn't win this one. I mean, I got the Packers taking the W just because, like you said, I think they have to.
Right. Jumping into it, I got my starts for the Commanders. Taylor Heineke is going to be starting up as center. Sounds like I'm not starting Taylor Heineke. But I think Terry McLaurin, I think he's worth a start with Taylor Heineke. I think they had a lot of chemistry last year, and I know Scary Terry's been kind of struggling a little bit, but I think with Taylor Heineke, I think he's worth a start. Curtis Samuel, I know he had a rough week last week, but I think you throw him out there because he's been the target lead for this team. I think him and Scary Terry are both going to tear it up and at least put enough fantasy points to get you where you want to be. Jahan Dodson has been questionable. He was limited at practice. They're saying they're going to err on the safe side from the coaches. So I would say that he's going to be out. So if you're planning on starting him, I would look other places. Brian Robinson, the man that got shot. Hey, he did good last week. Start him up. And I'm sitting Gibson. They're giving a little bit work, but not enough for me to put him in the starting spot, unless you just absolutely have to.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, great starts there. What do you got for the Packers?
For the Packers, I got Aaron Rodgers. Put him on the bench, baby. As much as I say he's going to come back and have a revenge game, in single quarterback leagues, I'm not putting him in my top 12. I think in 2 quarterback leagues, I think you can go ahead and start him up. But in single quarterback leagues, set Aaron Rodgers, baby.
All right.
I got Aaron Jones as a start. I got Romeo Doubs as a start. I know it's been a little rough, but I think, like I said, Aaron Rodgers is going to go a little ham this game. Cobb's hurt. Lazard's finna go off. It's Alan Lazard's time, baby. The Lizard King's time. All right. And AJ Dillon, I know he's been rough. I know it's been tough. But this dude, hold on. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. AJ Dillon, because of the buys and everything like that, some people are going to have to start him, and I think that it's going to be okay. 8 to 10 points out of him, I think you'll pull off. If that's what you're looking for, I think that's what you'll get. Sure. I would limit my expectations, but I know some people have to start him, so that's what you're going to get out of him.
Do you think Aaron Jones we haven't had a lot of great games from him as in the last couple. Do you think Aaron Jones comes back and does pretty well this game?
I think so. I really think so. Just because the Commanders, man, I mean, I know their defense is decent, but I really think the Packers are a better team than they're showing. I mean, and I think that this game proves that.
Well, freaking hope so, because the Packers they're messing up, bro. That's all you got, or?
That's it.
All right. Let's go to the next game here. We got the Colts versus the Titans again.
Over under for this game is 42 points. They got the Titans winning by 2. I'll take that. I'll take the Titans win this game. They got their bye. They're comfortable. Derrick Henry's comfortable. He's rested. He's ready to go. He's going to come out and run through the Colts' face.
Yeah. They played him earlier in the year, not that long ago actually, and they beat him then. I got him winning again. I agree with that. Let's go with the Colts. In a 2 quarterback league, I feel like you could start Matt Ryan. I'm in a 16-man league. I picked up Matt Ryan off the wire, and I'm gonna pick up. I picked him up, and I'm not looking back. I had Trey Lance in that league, so my options were obviously limited in the 16-man. But I'm glad Matt Ryan fell down, and I grabbed him up. And let's go to my start of the week, and that is Alex Pierce. I think he goes off. I think him and Matt Ryan have got some chemistry going, and I really think he goes off. Give me 95 yards and a touchdown.
I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan Taylor off the injury report. Don't worry, Jonathan Taylor owners, he's back. Jonathan Taylor, I think, has a good game. I don't think he goes crazy, but I think he gets a touchdown. Think he gets a touchdown. Goes for 103 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor.
I'm saying 15, back. 16 points.
Yeah,
half
for
PPR.
Sure. Half PPR, absolutely. And I think Mo Alley Cox comes and gets a touchdown in this game. He had the best game of the season against the Titans earlier in the year for him. He gets a touchdown. I think he got 2 in that game. Mo Alley Cox, look out for him. If you're looking for a streaming option at tight end, could not hurt there. What do you think, Colts?
I like that. Yeah, I like all that. Nyheim Hines is. Is he going to play? Do you know? I think they're still trying to keep him out with the concussion protocol.
Yeah, I'm not even 100% on that, honestly. I think he's going to play. I believe so. I've seen people picking him up, so I assume they know, that he's going to be playing. So I wouldn't start him, even if he was.
Yeah, I struggle to start him, especially after the concussion and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But let's roll to the Titans. For the Titans starts, Derrick Henry. maybe Bobby Trees and Deep League. Honestly, bro, there is not
Yeah,
much
that's
going
it.
on over there. Yeah,
That's it.
it's scary. You know, and they're not doing terrible so far this year. Once
Right.
Derrick Henry finally got rolling, I'd love to
But it's
see Austin Hooper to the tight end do some stuff over there, but it's not really working out,
it's hard to start Ryan Tannehill even in two quarterback leagues.
dude. No doubt, no doubt. You met when in our 32-man league, we were wondering why Tannehill fell so far, and I think that they were right.
You're right.
But yeah, that's all I got on the Titans. Let's go to the next game then.
Let's do it.
We got the Texans versus the Raiders.
Texans versus Raiders. Over under for this game is 44 points. They got the Raiders winning by 7. I like that. I like the Raiders finally getting a good dub here. You know, they've been struggling, but they've been keeping it close against great opponents. Texans aren't a great opponent. I think the Raiders take this dub.
Yeah, I agree with that. Raiders take the W. They need to start, stacking some wins for sure if they want to be what Devontae hopes they're going to be.
That's right. Now, with that being said, the Texans starts I got. The Raiders have been giving up a lot of points to the quarterback. I think that in two quarterback leagues, I think you can crank Davis Mills out there with the kind of buys we got going on right now with Josh Allen and everybody out there on a bye. I think Davis Mills worth a shot in a two quarterback league. I think he does all right this game. I'm starting up Brandon Cooks. I'm starting up Nico Collins. With all the buys we got, Nico Collins, I think he's worth a shot, like we said, over DJ Moore and some other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely starting Damian Pierce.
Fire
That
him
dude,
up.
coach come out and said, I want that dude to have at least 20 carries. So, I mean, fire that dude up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going against Trey in the Bandy Bowl this week, so I like your prediction there, buddy. Fire him up, baby, because he's going to be running over your team.
Speaking of the Bandy Bowl matchup between Trey and Bandy, moving on to my Raiders starts. Derek Carr, baby, fire that dude up. Even in single quarterback, I think he's worth a shot.
You hope he's worth a shot.
I know he's worth a shot. Derek Carr, baby, he's going to go deep. He's going to go long. And the dude catching it is obviously going to be Devontae Adams. Fire that dude up. I mean, it's going to be all-out Devontae day because Darren Waller is out for this game. Devontae's going to clean up. Hunter Renfrow, his hip has been hurting him. He's questionable for this game. If he plays, I think he's worth a start just because of Darren Waller being out. Especially in PPR leagues. I don't think he's just going to go crazy or nothing, but I think he gets you your 10 to 12 points that you're looking for out of a flex. And then Josh Jacobs, baby, one of the greatest running backs in the league right now. It's fucking crazy, but put him in there.
No kidding. It is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we saw that one coming.
And then Daniel Carlson, number 1 kicker on the year.
Hey.
Put that dude. I mean, I doubt he's out there because they're talking about people holding him through bye weeks.
Wow.
But I mean, hey, if he's out there, put that dude in.
Hey, I like it. That all you got for the Raiders?
That's it.
All right. Let's go to the next game, buddy.
Let's do
it. We got the Jets versus the Broncos.
Over under for this game is 43 points. I don't know why they keep giving the Broncos a high over under. It barely ever gets the over. But they do have Denver picked to win by 3.5. And I will take that. I think that Denver wins this game. I think that, again, the Broncos are another team that have been struggling to get a win. And they finally get a decent enough matchup where I think they can pull it out.
What are you talking about? The Jets are freaking amazing this year, dude.
The Jets are good. They are not amazing.
I got the Jets taking the W. Yeah, which brings me to my starts on the Jets. I got Breece Hall. Hey. Dude's looking great, man. I'm glad to see him getting it moving. Doing great. I think Garrett Wilson has a bounce back game. Not like Elijah Moore was taking any of the targets, but Elijah Moore is not there. He's requesting a trade, trying to get out of there. So I think Garrett Wilson gets some work. If Zach Wilson can get it together, dude, like I'm starting to think he is not him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't think he's ever been him.
I know, but I had high hopes for the kid, the Jets, they got someone, No, they didn't. Zach Wilson, get it together, bro. I mean, and really, that's all I'm really comfortable starting over there. The rest are mostly sits. Michael Carter, I've seen him hitting the waiver wire. It's
No doubt.
crazy.
I mean, maybe a Conklin. Like I say, tight end is almost just like pick one. If you don't got one of the Kelsey or an Andrews or somebody like that, throw a dart at a wall and hit a tight end, put that dude in. Like it's tough, man.
Yeah, you're right. I started old Taysom last
And
night.
he did his thing last night. Last week he didn't do his thing. Week before that he did his thing. Week before that he didn't do his thing. You never know with old Taysom.
I know, right? Well, like I said, I'm playing you in the Bandy Bowl, so Taysom drops back to pass. I'm like, oh, snap, here he goes. Who's he throw it to?
Olave!
Olave Garden on your team, bro. Getting them breadsticks.
Yes, sir. Unlimited.
Oh, man. But let's go to the Broncos. Russell Wilson is a game time decision, but what they said, he's definitely starting, right? Something like that.
It sounds like he's going to play through the injury. Now, if some, quarterbacks, if that's coming from Russell himself. He said he's going to play no matter what. Quarterbacks will always say they're going to play. So if it comes down, he doesn't play. I'm obviously going to say that the Jets will win this game. Sure. But maybe not. That'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else comes in and wins the game, that right there is going to look real bad on Russ. But
backup to Russell Wilson is Brett Rippin. Okay. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It might be Ripon. I don't know, but
hey, he could be out there ripping up the defense.
He hopes, bro. He hopes. I'm gonna start Melvin Gordon because why not? They said they giving him another chance. Hackett says I had a great talk with the kid. I hope your talk helps him run better. But he says he had a great talk with the kid, and he's gonna throw him in there. He's the starter, so I mean. This is Gordon's last chance for me. I mean, I know you liking hearing that one.
Yeah, I'm starting Melvin Gordon up. And guess this is the funniest shit, bro. They come in the locker room and they're interviewing him, right? And they're like, Melvin, how do you feel about getting the start this week? Talking about against the Jets. He's like, I got the start last week. Like they're like making it a big deal that he's getting the start. He's like, I've been the starter since Javonte. Like, what's going on here?
Oh my God, really? Because we can't tell, bro.
Right.
But that does scare me, knowing that he did get to start last week and what had happened there. But moving on, Greg Dulcich. I mean, he's been looking decent, right? He's someone to keep an eye on. Like we said, tight end, throw a shot, throw a dart, maybe you'll get lucky.
And Russell Wilson's been targeting tight end more than ever at the Broncos, man. So I think it's worth a shot for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Start Cortland Sutton, sit Jerry Jeudy. It's hard. Jerry Jeudy hasn't been looking, it's not they just can't get it together in Denver. Like, I'm waiting for one of these weeks them to just blow up, dude. Like, okay, maybe they finally got it together, Yeah,
I know last week Jerry Jeudy had like one or two more points than Cortland Sutton, but Cortland Sutton had a down week. I mean, I agree. It's tough, but I think if you got him, you got to start him.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And that's all I got for the Broncos. You got anything to add with that?
No, that's it, dog.
All right. Let's go to the next game. We've got the Chiefs versus the 49ers.
Over-under for this game is 47.5. Point spread got the Chiefs winning by 2.5. I'm going to take that. And that's tough, but I'm going to take that. If CMC had been there, had a little bit more than just a couple days to prepare, I think it might be a closer game. I think that the 49ers are good. I think their defense is great, but I think this offense is going to be trying to figure things out with Christian McCaffrey. And I think the Chiefs are already figured out, and they're going to figure out this win.
Yeah. Do you feel, if you got Christian McCaffrey, do you feel comfortable starting him after a couple days?
I'm not expecting him to go crazy, but I do feel comfortable with him getting me, 12 to 15 points and at least being worth a start, especially with the buys we got going on right now. Like, I mean, you got to start Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr., holders, rest in peace, man. Right.
I mean, he's done for. Elijah Mitchell, when he comes back, does he have a job? You know what I mean? Like,
done for.
Exactly.
I'd be surprised if he comes back. Honestly, I think he'll get traded. before he even gets healthy.
You think? Yeah, they love that. They like that kid though, but it's just another year in the NFL. The 49ers backfield going ape,
There's
and
a
they
new
just
girl in town.
she's
New
fly,
girl in
bro.
town.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
just
let's jump into it. We got my Chiefs starts this week. We're starting Patty Mahomes. You're starting him every week. The dude is killing it in fantasy. He's putting up the points. He's doing his thing. Juju, start that dude up. He did his thing last week. I think you can start him up this week, and I think he'll still do his thing. Obviously, you're starting Kelsey. And in deep leagues, 16 man or something like that, I think you can throw a flex on Hardman, man. McCole Hardman. He did all right last week, and he's been getting a little bit of the target share. And like I say, people are struggling with buys right now. I think he's worth a flex in some deeper leagues.
not bad. Yeah, I don't hate it.
I'm sitting Clyde, though. I would sit Clyde this week if you can. Now, I understand, a lot of people are like, well, I have to start Clyde, and that sucks for you and me because I have to start him too. But I think it's going to be rough. 49ers defense has been really good, and Clyde has been on the decline. They're not giving him a lot of targets. They're not giving him a lot of runs. Before, he was really getting the touchdowns. That's what was making him look good. He hasn't got that. Hopefully he catches one this week because I need him to. But temper your expectations on Clyde.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that is the 49ers defense is missing Bosa. It's missing Trent Williams. Trent Williams was on pace for offensive or defensive player of the year. So that Niners back defense is banged up a little bit. So, Clyde Edwards-Helaire people don't worry too much, but it's tough. It's definitely tough with CEH. We did say to sell high on this guy a few weeks back, though. So
no doubt.
You should have been listening, I guess.
Moving on to my 49ers starts. First of all, that's in the 32-man league with Clyde, and I sent out like 15 trades, and nobody accepted. So anyway, moving on to my 49ers starts. I'm starting Deebo Samuel. He hasn't been great, but he's been at least sufficient, which is what we're looking for right now. I mean, I heard today that the amount of touchdowns that are being scored right now this year are at low as they've been since 2007.
Wow.
I mean, it's like 100 less than it was last year at this point in the year. Like, it's insane how many or we're on pace for 100 less than last year.
Wow.
So it's tough out here in the fantasy world this year. But Deebo's sufficient. I'd start him up. Jimmy G in a 2-quarterback league with CMC to check down to. I mean, all he needs is a 3-yard pass and CMC to run 60, and that's a touchdown for 62 for Jimmy G. I think he's worth the start in a 2-quarterback league.
Yeah, well, it didn't help Baker Mayfield out much.
That's true, but Baker Mayfield, man, what? I mean, I don't even want to talk about him. He's irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Yeah.
Sit Jeff Wilson. Obviously, with CMC, I mean, I know CMC is just coming in, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do everything they can to get as much work to Christian McCaffrey as they can. I mean, They just traded for the dude, and they know why they traded for him.
Absolutely.
And Brandon Ayuk, I think he's worth a shot. I think as a flex option, I think he's been doing a little bit here and there, getting some targets. I think he's worth a shot. Hadouken! There it is.
Absolutely. I'm starting Ayuk in the 16 man. I mean, I hope Ayuk goes off, man. I'm ready for it. He's been good. He's been trending up, and last week he really showed up. But let's go to the next game. We got the Seahawks versus the Chargers.
Over under for this game is 52 points. They got the Chargers winning by 7. And like I say every week, give me the upset. Seahawks win.
I got the Seahawks taking the W on that one too.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Start Geno Smith in this matchup. I mean, that Chargers defense was supposed to be great this year, but it's really disappointed. I mean, with the exception of Ingram, as Ingram's over there, he's been good. With the exception of him, though, that defense has not looked, as great as we were hoping it was going to be. But Kenneth Walker, I think we said this earlier, might be a league winner, dude. Whoever grabbed this dude up in the later rounds of your draft and held on to him through it all, great job, buddy.
Bravo.
Great job. DK Metcalf a start. Tyler Lockett is a game time decision. If Lockett's out, you're definitely firing up DK. I think you're going to do that anyway. But and Will Disley, if you're looking for a tight end, you know, just throwing it out there. Will Disley,
Throw him at
nothing.
a dartboard.
That's right. With tight ends, that seems to be the name of the game. The name of the game is darts. What do you think, Seahawks? You got anything to
Yeah,
chime
I
out?
like that. No, I like that a lot. I think that even more if Tyler Lockett's out, I think Will Disley's even more of a good shot on the tight end.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's go to the Chargers. Keenan Allen, also a game time decision. As I say every week, Keenan Allen out, Mike Williams in. When Keenan Allen's not there, Mike Williams produces. Mike Williams owners, you're probably going to start Mike Williams either way, and I would do the same thing. I just worry about Mike Williams. He's just, his ceiling is very high, but that floor is very low, and he's either up or down, one of the two. You never really seem to get a middle game out of this guy, and it scares me. And that was my thoughts going into the season. So, take that as you will. I think you could start Gerald Everett here. I like Gerald Everett. He's been doing a little bit here and there. If he's healthy all the way, you can definitely start him up. And Eckler's the only back here that I really feel comfortable starting in deeper leagues. Sony Michel, I think after Joshua Kelly going down could do something for you. But, Eckler's the only one that I really feel comfortable, messing with.
Yeah, man. They said that Keenan Allen, with his hamstring, the coach asked him, if he felt like he needed to sit out another game, if that was going to be best for him. And Keenan Allen was like, yeah, probably. So, he might be out another game. And that's insane to me because Brian Robertson was shot and came back in faster time than Keenan Allen with a hamstring injury.
It's like, you're right, man. You're right. Keenan Allen's always hurt, bro. Maybe, I don't know, man. I think he's great. He just scares me to be a Keenan Allen owner.
Joshua Palmer sounds like he's on concussion protocol, and so if he can't play, Keenan Allen might have to play because it sounds like Keenan Allen is willing to play, but if he would like to stay on the side of getting healthy for one more week. But if Joshua Palmer's out, then they'll probably put in Keenan Allen. Either way, I love Mike Williams and Gerald Everett this week.
For sure, for sure. You got anything else you'd like to add to the Chargers there?
That's it, baby. Except for they're going down.
Well, all right, then. Let's go to the next game. We've got the Steelers versus the Dolphins.
Steelers versus Dolphins. Over-under is 44.5, and they have the Dolphins winning by 6. Give me that dub with the Dolphins. This is Sunday Night Football, the game of concussions, baby. You got Tua versus Pickett. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, I've got the Dolphins taking the W on that one too. Sunday night concussion protocol.
I just can't believe they're bringing Tua back after all that on primetime Sunday Night Football. Like, it's going to be – everybody's going to be watching that game with their eyes closed.
Bro, he's going to come out and have couch cushions under his shirts and stuff. Like, I'm ready, coach.
Yeah, and then, like, I seen where Kenny Pickett was practicing this week but still hadn't passed all of concussion protocol. Like, what is the concussion protocol? Because it was like a limited practice, which, that could just be throwing the ball or whatever, but it's just like, it's crazy how, how all the different rules are. It's very gray area when it comes to concussion protocol.
Well, I think with all that Tua stuff, that stuff is slowly but surely changing, like hopefully, right?
Right. But let's move on to my starts. I'm starting Tua. He's out there. I'm starting dude up. I mean, he was on pace for QB1 whenever he was playing, and I think he's going to get right back to that as long as he's healthy. If they're starting him, he's got to be healthy. You're starting Tyreek Hill, obviously. Waddle's hurt, but it looks like he's going to try to play through the injuries like he's been doing. I think you got to start him up. If you got him, you got to start him, and I think he's going to do all right with Tua. Gesicki. Again, we're throwing a dart because, he had 2 touchdowns last week. They schemed up a lot of more plays for him running routes. I think he's worth a start if he continues that up. And I know it's one game we're looking at, but, I mean, you got to hope for the best when you're at tight end. And then, Mostert, until he's hurt, until he is the most hurt, we're starting him up.
Yeah, definitely. If you ain't got a better option, for sure. All right.
Got anything else for the Dolphins?
No, I like it. I like where you went with that. Yeah, perfect.
Jump into the Steelers starts. Kenny Pickett, he just come off a concussion. I'm sitting him. I like the Tua thing, but Kenny Pickett just had a concussion last week. And the Dolphins defense are pretty solid. I think you sit Kenny Pickett. I'm starting Najee up. I know I've talked a lot of shit on Najee, but it looked a little better for him last week, and I think they're slowly starting to realize that they need this dude. Claypool, take a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting the targets last week. It was insane, but I mean, take a shot.
Yeah, I think there's trade talks of Claypool floating around also. Get him to a decent team. You never know what'll happen.
You got to start Deontay Johnson if you got him. I mean, you're starting dude up. And I'm actually sitting Pickens until he has a little bit of a better target share. I like Pickens a lot, but he just ain't getting the targets that he deserves.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you love you some Pickens, but yeah, I have to agree, man. Same thing with Romeo Doubs. I mean, those guys feel connected to me for some reason. They're in the same, category in my mind, I guess. But yeah, I agree. It's tragic though.
No doubt.
Great job. Let's go to the next game. Monday Night Football. It's gonna be a banger. The Bears versus the Patriots.
Oh yeah, baby. Lowest over under on the week, 38.5. They got the Patriots winning by 7.5. I don't know if the Patriots score 7.5 points. I feel like this is going to be one of those 6-0 just games.
I hope not. I got the Patriots taking the W. Hopefully for that defense, because I got their defense in one of my leagues.
But
I think I got them going against you, baby.
Oh no.
Yes, sir. Going against the Bears. But Bears starts David Montgomery. Maybe Darnell Mooney in a deep league if you had to, just because he's starting to trend up just a little bit. I still like Khalil Herbert a lot. I'm not going to start him, but I still like that guy. The Bears need to figure out a way to use him, and I just don't think Justin Fields is the answer. I know he's got a lot of promise. I mean, is anybody willing to start Justin Fields?
I'm not
either. I mean, if I had nobody, I would probably go Taylor Heineke here.
Yeah, exactly.
With Fields sitting out there,
Yeah, it's rough, but I agree. The only thing I would say is that I'm not starting David Montgomery. I know that you probably have to if you have him, but I just beware that the Patriots defense are probably going to shut him down. Yeah,
they shut Chubb and Hunt down last week. There was no hot hand to ride.
Right.
But let's move on to the Patriots. Patriots, I got Ramondre Stevenson as a start. Keep in mind, Damian Harris, I believe, is going to be back. So we might, they might miss a little time there, Ramondre. But Ramondre is first on the depth chart. Just saying. Moving on up. Liking it. Hunter Henry. Throw another dart.
We need an animation that just every time we call a tight end's name, it just throws a dart on the screen.
Yeah, it's just like sticks in my head. Bink. Yeah, Hunter Henry. I think Janu Smith is still not 100% over there. I think he's going to play, so keep that in mind. And then I think you're going to start Jacoby Myers here.
I like that a lot.
We got a question real quick. Avelia says, Ayuk or Gallup? I have Debo in play.
Well, earlier I talked about Michael Gallup is my start of the week, especially if I really don't want to start two players in the same game, just in the off chance that it is a super low-scoring game. You get screwed twice, to where at least if you have a switch up there with a Gallup and a Debo, you get a little bit more of a variety.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I like, it's tough to have both of them playing there. Like, you hope one of them's going to do good, and that's the one that you start. You're obviously going to start Debo. So I'd have to agree. Debo, I'd go Gallup. Definitely.
For sure.
Thanks for the question, brother. Appreciate that very much. If you got another one, throw it at us, buddy. Throw it at us. And that reminds me, guys, this Sunday morning, we're going to be live answering starts and sits right before the game starts. So we're going to get you ready for your last minute lineup changes, questions. You can throw them at us. Put them in the chat. You can email the show, fourthandflex@gmail.com. Or just, go to this video, leave it in the comments, leave it in the comments and we'll answer it on the Starts and Sits show, maybe earlier, depending on exactly what you need from us. But okay. Trey, you got anything else today?
That's it for me today, baby. Ready for Sunday. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.
Balls to steal this guy. He's got big balls.